Hi and welcome. I'm John and this is Unique Wargaming Terrain. Guys, this is the weekly Wednesday Wargaming questions and answers. It's an off the cuff video, guys. For everyone that's new, what does that mean? I record it and I upload it. There is no fancy editing skills. You don't see my intro symbol at the beginning. None of that business. If I mess something up, I mess it up. If something happens I can't control, that's what happens. I do have a transition button so I can stop recording if it's like raining really heavy or someone comes in the yard and makes loads of noise and all that sort of business, or if I need to show you something else in the workshop. For all my regulars here, guys, I feel love, thank you very much. What are these weekly Wednesdays about for everyone that's new? Weekly Wednesdays are a Q&A basically. They're primarily model focused, to do with models, materials, tools, any sneaky bits and pieces like that, storage, anything like that. Sometimes it's rules I talk about. The way it works is you ask me questions during the week and then I put them all down on paper and then answer them on the weekly Wednesday. There are terrain questions sometimes. Rather than me do a terrain question video, I just slot them into the weekly Wednesday. And there's been a few, and I try to answer one or two a week and then get a backlog and I have to try and answer all of them once. But anyway, and just general information that's going on, in and around the workshop here. So just a big thank you to everyone that subscribed to the channel. There was 321 I think it is now, so it's just getting there. Now, first I'm going to start with what's been going on with me and what's going to be happening going forward. Now, last week's weekly Wednesday I was a little bit upset with stuff going on at work and everything else. Now, with my daughter passing November, the end of November, things for me have been all over the place. And at first work was like, I'll look after you, we'll sort you out, whatever you need. And then it got to a point where they're not doing that. They're not living up to what they've promised. So I asked for 17th February off, which is my daughter's birthday. And they scheduled me a middle shift, yeah. And I said, how can I do that? I asked for that day off. I asked for it off Christmas Eve. I spoke to you and asked for it off, and you told me to remind you. So I did remind you in January, and you still scheduled me that day. And I said, even if it wasn't her birthday, I would still have to pick up little one from school. So yeah, I couldn't do that anyway. So there's a hoo and ha, and there's still hoo and ha going on about it because he moved it from the Thursday to the Monday. But I still have to pick little one from school. So they're not listening. So the wife said to me, write a letter and tell them that you're, because I wasn't coping. I mean, I'm still struggling with stuff, mentally, but this channel, it brings me happiness and helps me. Doesn't help me get through it because I don't know what's going to help me do that, but it helps me focus on and put all my energy into other things, which makes every day a little bit easier. And I'm sure a lot of you can, will understand that. And I'm sure a lot of you are going to go, why are they being like that? Just it's not difficult. If my wife's work can look after her, and it's a lot smaller company and a lot smaller, workforce, there's no excuse for these guys. It seems to be when it suits them, it's okay. But anyway, the wife said to me, write a letter and tell them, how you're feeling. Okay, that you've been put on the front and you're not okay and you're suffering, emotionally and mentally. So I did that. And they said, oh, okay, we'll put you on 3 days a week for a month. I was like, okay, that's one step in the right direction. But anyway, and then we'll look at it again. And if you still feel, that's okay for you, or you're still not coping and, you want to stay on 3 days, then we'll make it permanent. But you may not be working in the department you're in. Okay, so okay. The problem with that is the other departments can't give me the hours where I need to pick up the one. So then they're back to doing the same thing again, trying to make me be in two places at once, basically. So what does that mean for the channel going forward and everything else? in the same conversation with the wife, she said to me, "You're going to 3 days. You'll feel better in yourself, and better in everything else, and take all that energy and just carry on pushing it into the channel, carry on promoting the channel, carry on doing stuff for the channel. So for you guys, it means more content. More let's build videos, more painting videos, terrain builds, battle report." my friend knows who I'm talking to, and just then when little one comes home from school, you're with her the whole afternoon. You're spending time with her. You're with her the whole afternoon. If you need to edit a video, you can do that and still spend time with her. It's not because she's seen the way that the videos get edited, so they're not. It needs maybe half an hour to 5 minutes of my time, but over the course of maybe 2 hours. So it's anyway. So going forward, there's going to be a lot more content for you guys. Okay, this week and next week is, still full-time hours. And to be honest with you, there's another little dirty thing they did to me. When I spoke to the store manager about coming back to work, he had signed me off for the whole of December. So instead of saying to me, you just don't worry, you're going to get paid, you're going to be looked after, you just stay and just get yourself better. Oh no, come back. Yeah, come back, yeah. That's something like that just annoys me because they're not looking after me. They haven't got the staff, not just me, but everyone else that works there. They haven't got the staff's best interest at heart. It's just forget everyone. But anyway, that's enough of that. So going forward, there's going to be a lot more content. Not this week, not next week, but after next week, so I say there's going to be more content going forward. The February giveaway, I did a video on that. So if you haven't seen that, guys, check that out. It's where is he? Over there somewhere. It's Stormcast Eternal limited edition model, I believe he is, for AOS. Now, if you don't play AOS but you play D&D, or as one of my viewers said, he's going to turn it to Custodial Hero. Fantastic. So, if you've entered for that, good luck to everyone. There is still 17% of my viewers that are not subscribed to the channel. Guys, it costs nothing to subscribe. Just hit the subscribe button, turn on notifications, because it helps the channel. Okay? And the more content I do for you guys, the more enjoyment you have. You can sit down and paint, and as a lot of my viewers do, sit down and do their own model stuff whilst listening to me. And I don't know what I'll put up there. I haven't got a screen up there, but look at me doing stuff and listen to me waffling away whilst they're doing their own things. One of my viewers actually said it's like having your buddy in the room with you whilst you're doing stuff. And it's some of us will only see a Wargaming buddy maybe once a month because their schedules don't line up and everything else. So for me, my opinion, to have someone, to be able to listen to someone in the room with you talking about something that you love as well, and you both got the same passion for it, it's a win-win. So guys, those of you who are not subscribed, please subscribe, turn notifications. Come in for the February giveaway if you're interested in the model. All you have to do is go into that video, tell me comment on that video and tell me you subscribed, you're interested, and you'll be entered to the draw. Because all the names that get entered are from that video. So if you comment on this video, tell me, I will forget when it comes to the time to write everyone's name down and chuck them in the hat. Okay, next thing, the Imperium magazine. They've only have out to issue 18. Now, one of my viewers told me that it was delivered. He got the next lot delivered to him, but it wasn't delivered in the same manner as before. So I've had a problem with Yahoo, my email address, because everything that happened, I didn't go into my email regularly enough, so it locked me out. I put my passwords in and it's not coming up, so I have to actually set up a new one, then email, is it Hatchworks, for the Imperial magazine, and tell them, look, this is what's happened, this is my customer number, this is my name, my address, this is what I'm missing, please can you sort it out. So I can't give you a review on those, unfortunately, but hopefully that'll be sorted soon when I get them. Can you show us your favourite terrain bits? Now, that was a question that was thrown on, I think it's the last terrain video actually. I was actually thinking when I was sorting out, see the big wooden thing behind me, I was actually, when I brought that over and I was organising that and sorting all that out, I actually come across a lot of terrain that I haven't documented, that I haven't filmed, because I built it before I set up the YouTube channel. So I was actually already thinking about doing a video of the, you know, undocumented terrain, because there's some really nice pieces there, and I think, oh, hold on, and there's a video I did a good while back, and it was a shrine on top of mountainous ruins. Yeah, I think it's like an hour-long video, so I do apologise about the length of it, but it's, you know, everything in that video is essential. But there are two other pieces of terrain the same type that I made previously that I've shown in that video, but I don't show in great detail. But you know, again, they were done before I started the channel, so you know, something like that I could show you and up close and personal. Because one of those videos, the shrine I actually made, I've got some blue stuff. Those who don't know what blue stuff is, it's a thermoplastic. Think of it more like a gum shield. You know, when you get a gum shield, you put it in boiling water and then put it in your mouth and mould it. It's sort of like that, but it comes in blocks. You put it in boiling water and it turns like a goo. And what you can do is take it out and make a shape out of it, and then put something into it. Take it out and it gives you that side of that mould, and then you do the same thing for the other side, and then you can put it with milliput and put two sides together, and after however long milliput takes to dry, you take the blue stuff away and you've got a perfect whatever, you know, whatever it is. Now in terms of like model wise, I've seen people buy a box of, say, Tyranid Warriors and do that technique with a few parts here and there, so they extend the box of 3 models to a box of 6 models. I don't agree with that, but in terms of like, if you've got a Space Marine head, yeah, that's this guy right here actually, so I'm looking at him, this guy right here, so you've got his head, sorry, let me just get, you got his head, yeah, with the feathers on top, and you want that for X amount of models in your army, like hero type models, you could do that one part, and then, you know, I don't say to you, yeah, definitely do it. I'm just saying that's something you could do. Most people now just 3D print it, so it's, but I'm waffling on. But one of the pieces I did was this piece. Yeah, it's like a nice little water, but the company that makes this or made this doesn't exist anymore, so no one has the rights for this. But what I did was I cast it and then I changed stuff on it. Okay, so I've got a basic shape and then changed stuff on it, but I'm not the best in milliput. Here's the first attempt, actually. Here's the first attempt here. It's dusty in the day. Here's, sorry, the light's blasting right off. Here's the first attempt here. You can see it's not perfect. Yeah, but you get the idea. So yeah, I was thinking about doing an undocumented video, but I, you know, do one undocumented, and these are my favourite terrain bits. Enjoying your Let's Build videos. They do help, especially the Necrons from Imperium. May you please build the flayed ones. I was asked this question 2-3 weeks ago, something like that. I think it might actually be from the same person. I do apologise, I haven't done them yet. They are, I look at them and go, they're intimidating. I look at them and think, well, there's a few things I'm going to say with that, with the flayed ones. With the bigger Necron constructs, they look like, oh, the Void Dragon. You know, I look at it and go, well, that looks insane to put together, but I guarantee it's very, very simple. Okay, the flayed ones look very, very difficult, but they're probably going to be very easy. I would imagine it's going to be the hand with the claws onto the arm into the body, you know, like a Necron warrior, and then chest piece head. That's what I'd imagine. But there's a lot of parts there, so that's why it looks a little bit intimidating. But I will be building it because I'm going to have more time. So even if I build part of it one day and then the following morning build the rest of it, it's, you know, it will be done. But it might be a longer video because it's a unit. It's not a simple unit like the Noblins I did. It's a proper unit. So I will do it, but it might be a little bit of a longer video. So those of you that don't like longer videos, I do apologise, but it's there to help people and show them how to do it. Because this viewer, you know, is waiting for me to do it, so he you know, he or she could follow it a bit easier. So it's on its way. Okay, why do you build a lot of 40k terrain? The thing is, at the moment, 40k is hot. Okay, it's absolutely really hot, and a lot of people playing it. And the way that GW are marketing it, and the way that they're coming out with new releases every month, I know most of it's to do with COVID, because they were restricted what they could do, so they're trying to catch up on themselves. It's just, everything is hot. I mean, I've done a Let's Build video for this guy the other morning, and this is an absolutely exceptional sculpt. I absolutely love this. One of my viewers said maybe I should have painted the parts first and put it together. I don't know, I can say yes, but at the same time saying it, looking at this in my hand, it's just, those of you that have this model and put this model together, you know what I'm talking about. It's absolutely exceptional. Those of you that have that model but haven't put it together yet, I've done a Let's Build video on him, see how easy he is, and just, you know, as soon as you put them together, you'll know, wow, that's absolutely... Anyway, for me as well, because I've just wandered off the topic, sorry, the 40k terrain, so I love 40k. I used to play it in 2nd edition, and then it started getting a bit silly where people would just sit there with heavy weapons and tanks and a couple of troops and just bombard you from the other side of the border and not do nothing. So by the time you get the, you know, it was the missions and everything else were just a bit, if you picked the right army for the missions, you wasn't much left to chance. It was just, so I sort of become uninterested in it and then got into fantasy. But the way they've structured it now is absolutely fantastic. But no, I make a lot of 40k terrain because to play games of 40k, I do make fantasy terrain, but as I was saying, when the old world comes back out, you'll probably see a lot more fantasy terrain going on. When I finish writing the rules for my game, which should be the end of this month, by the end of this month, you'll see not fantasy terrain, but you'll see like dungeon-esque type terrain, because I need to make some of those and, you know, show you guys, talk to you guys about the game and show you a few short little snippets of the game and how the game mechanics work, and then start showing. But I won't be putting the game into a box and, you know, shipping it off and this and that. I was thinking it that way, but then I thought, no, what I need to do is just write a rule book, okay? Because it's easier to sell the rule book and then show you guys how to make the terrain, and you can make it yourself, very simple. If you have a 3D printer, you can 3D print them. It's, you know, when you see the rules for it, when you get the rules for it, the possibilities are endless for the game. It's absolutely insane. I actually had to scale it back a bit because it was just like, I had 80 spells in most spell groups, and I was like, how are you going to roll that? So I had to scale them back a bit, but I'm wandering off again. To answer your question, yeah, I enjoy it at the moment because 40k is hot. There is another question here. Why in some of your videos do you have 40k terrain at the beginning, like games of 40k, and then other ones you have games of Necromunda, but you have Kill Team, Necromunda, 40k in the same thing? Very simple, very easy answer. It's all set in the same universe. It's all set in the same time frame, the same universe. So it's, it says 40k at the beginning, then I've specifically designed that terrain piece for games of 40k. Okay, but you can use it in Kill Team, you can use it in Necromunda. Okay, so if it says Necromunda at the beginning, I specifically designed it for that, but it can be used in the others as well. Okay. Why do some of your videos have ads and others don't? I've answered this question a while back. I can't remember how long ago it was, but I do remember something like this being asked before. That's YouTube promote my channel. Okay, they're promoting the channel, and the way they work it is adverts that can't pay big money, they pay little money and they get put onto a smaller channel. Okay, now, and that's also for you guys, it gets you used to seeing adverts on the channel. Okay, now not all of my videos have them, only some of them do. I think the ones that get a lot of views very quickly, you know, get them on there, which I can't help that. But But going forward, when they get to a certain point of subscribers, the channel will be monetized, which means YouTube pays me for content. Okay, it costs you guys nothing, but it helps me out because then it means I can give you more content. Okay, I can then go out and pick something up and go, okay, look, I've got this, and it was €4 from this place, and you know, and I'm not at a loss, but but I can. It gives me more opportunity to do that sort of stuff rather than, you know, once in a while say, oh, this is from this place and this is from, you know, that's I haven't answered that question. Can you do a video showing your pile of shame how it looks now? The pile of shame hasn't really shrunk. To be honest with you, I know I added a chaplain on a bike and a couple of heroes from D&D and the Illuminator and, you know, stuff like that a few weeks ago. And I know I've been doing Let's Build videos and paint videos and all that. Now, when it's built from a Let's Build video, I still class it as pile of shame because it still needs, you know, or pile of opportunity as someone called it. But I still need to work on it. So, in that terms, and then with Imperial Magazine coming in, when it does, there's a lot of models still here. I think it's actually grown slightly. But, so I don't know, I could show you the pile of shame, but what I have here is my initial pile of shame, okay, or pile of opportunity. But I also have like 5,000 points of Beastmen that just need to be fixed. And when I say fixed, they're put together, but this arm's broken off, or that this weapon head's broken off, it needs to be fixed, or the head's come off, or something like that, so they need to be fixed. There's about 5,000 points of those. The same in Skaven. I think there's about 6,000 or 7,000 points of Orcs and Goblins. Again, same thing needs to happen to those. So there's an awful lot there that, again, I think as you get closer to the old world coming back, things like, okay, Orcs and Goblins are definitely in there. So then I'll start putting them together and start maybe doing a video on, you know, repairing this army or something like that. But again, the closer the channel grows, the more time I get to do it. I know I've got time coming up, but it's just, I need to use that time wisely to get the channel to where it needs to be. So guys, I'm gonna wrap it up there because I've gone waffled on for far too long, 22 minutes. Sorry, I do apologise. I do have that sort of, you know, you'll be in trouble if you sit next to me painting. So I couldn't shut up. So guys, please like, share, subscribe, turn on your notifications if you haven't already done so. I'll see you next week, but take it easy.